There are creators, especially when I scroll on TikTok from time to time, whose entire personas are dedicated to making skits about high school and high schoolers. And this isn't a call-out video. I'm not going to edit in like any clips from those channels. Fair play to them. A lot of those videos are super popular, and I'm sure it pays the bills for plenty of them. Having gone that out of the way, it's still interesting to me. Specifically, people that are at least like a few years separated from high school. It's just an interesting mindset to me for someone to be stuck in, day out, having to write out and record content for a time in their lives that they are at least a few years separated from. A fundamental time in your life, no doubt. One that you probably think about from time to time. I absolutely do, and sometimes they're good memories and sometimes they're bad. It is what it is. But to dedicate your entire persona to that time in your life, making videos, whether it be about yourself or about the other kids from then, or even just adults making videos about kids from this generation in high school. I just kind of wonder sometimes if it does something to your brain for it to so constantly be stuck in that time of your life. I mean, they range in topics, sort of. Videos about oneself, I find the most popular of those tend to be ones about the introverted kid, about the quiet one, which kind of figures, in part because people will naturally relate to it, but also because the internet really loves introverts. Small tangent. Chill on that. It's not that special to be introverted. I'm introverted, though. That is the least of my social issues. It is quite literally normal. And the internet often treats it as being like the right way to be. And the idea that everyone around you is a nuisance for wanting to be social and maybe just wanting to stay at the party, you know? Like, insert generic introvertism here when you're at a party, but you don't want to be at the party anymore because your social battery depleted and it's such a foreign concept to everyone around you that anyone could possibly want to go home after a party. That's such a crazy idea, right? I'm an introvert. Long story short, chill. It's like one of the two verts you can be. It's not a rare condition. Tangent over. The other side is videos about the other kids, of course, and the ones that I just kind of especially find weird are when it's just grown-ass adults making videos about those kids, especially when it's kids in the current generation that are in high school, partly because I feel like a lot of those videos are just very, very loud, but also just I don't know, honestly. I just think it's weird. I just think it's a little strange, a little weird, a little odd, and I'm not an actor. I can barely get a different inflection going when I turn this camera on. Those people, far as I'm aware, are doing pretty good impressions. I mean, I'm 5, 6 years separated from those years of my life, so I don't know, but they seem decent to me. And just, I was trying to write something of like actual substance as I was doing this to find something that actually calmed down, but I just couldn't. All I could think about was the fact that I really do just simply think that it's odd to base your entire persona on high school when you're not there anymore. And I get it. Like I said before, high school is a fundamental part of your life. It'll stick with you. A lot of those memories shape who you are as a human being years and years later. It had an impact. And obviously, a lot of those creators get it. That's literally what they're playing on. The fact that high school as a topic is literally always going to be topical, whether it be for kids in high school today or for adults back then. It's relatable content, it's observational humor. Sometimes it is just calling kids stupid. Whatever floats your boat. And it's not just random creators, obviously. It's massive production companies. Everyone recognizes the fact that high school is always going to be topical. Like, I didn't watch it, so maybe I'm wrong, but would Euphoria really change so much if it just took place in college instead? If anything, I would have assumed it'd make more sense with that. Comedies love high school as a setting. High school is the coming of age story. Anime is obsessed with it. Hell, it shares that Hollywoodism of these definitely aren't teenagers. One of the only anime I've seen that takes place in a college setting is Run with the Wind, and it is only enhanced by it. Rediscovering yourself, issues with identity, feeling lost in life, and trying to find some direction to finally grab hold of. Obviously, none of these are new themes, but they feel more tangible. There's more weight to them when it's honest to God adults dealing with it, when they're at that point in their life, when they're right before what feels like the rest of their life. It's wonderful. This isn't a review of Run with the Wind, but I love it and you should watch it. This video ended up directionless like many of mine. I just kind of got lost in the topic and didn't know where to land. I wrote a conclusion, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to use it. So, I didn't answer the question because I don't know much about the brain, but like, does it have an effect on someone's, brain? Obviously not in a visible way. If you get a CT scan, it's not going to say high school on it. But like, does it affect thought patterns? Does it affect day-to-day conversation? Your brain being stuck in high school so often? Maybe it does. I would love to know that, honestly. I would love to ask any of those people if having to think about high school so often has affected them in life. I wonder if it I wonder if it has an impact on like their opinions on current issues, Like what's their take on no.